Good evening, everybody, and welcome to CPS News, the news that speaks your language, your only source for televised English news in the entire Bay Area. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sitting right there, Jesse.
Well, thanks for being here, Brent, and thank you for tuning in to CPS News, the news that speaks your language, or kind of. We have a lot of interesting and important information for you tonight, so stay with us. We'll be here for a whole hour.
Absolutely. So let's get started. As usual, it's time for the headlines, so let's go.
President Sheinbaum visits Nayarit as protests erupt over controversial stadium project. Puerto Vallarta stays on top as tourism anchor despite Nayarit's push to drop its name. Crocs startles pedestrians with sidewalk stroll near Marina Vallarta. Vallarta Botanical Garden welcomes sustainability expert Tessa Lee as a new executive director. Brent Lane interviews Charles Hardwood about the holistic healing and community event at Casa Karma on tonight's Voices of Vallarta. All that and more only on CPS News, the news that speaks your language.
It's time for our first story tonight, and the first one has to do with our president. President Claudia Sheinbaum visited Nayarit on Friday, and she made stops in Sierra del Nayer and Tepic to oversee the construction of a new IMSS Bienestar hospital. But her visit came as the state faces mounting political unrest tied to controversial demolition projects. The governor's administration is under fire after tearing down the Ciudad de las Artes in Tepic to make way for a new stadium without public input or a spot in the official development plan. Artists and cultural leaders led protests, claiming they were harassed by Social Security forces, trying to silence them. That pressure reached a boiling point this week when a federal court temporarily halted the demolition. President Sheinbaum responded by calling the dialogue and ordering federal officials to keep a close eye on the situation. It's just another challenge for our governor as his term enters a critical final stretch. Thank you to Israel Torres for our first story tonight.
Thanks, Brent. Next up, Puerto Vallarta's tourism stays strong despite political tensions in the region. And here's Joe with the story.
Puerto Vallarta continues to stand strong as the leading tourism brand in the region, even without joint promotional efforts with Riviera Nayarit. This comes in light of a recent directive from the governor of Nayarit to remove the name Vallarta from business titles, nautical developments, and marketing materials within the municipality of Bahía de Banderas, according to Luis Antonio Villaseñor Nolasco, director of the Puerto Vallarta Tourism Trust. The focus remains on the strategic tourism promotion and business development, rather than political matters or territorial decisions. For the tourism sector, what matters is positioning Puerto Vallarta, and by extension, the entire metropolitan area, as a prime destination. Visitors often don't realize when they cross municipal boundaries within the bay. Whether exploring Sayulita, Punta Mita, or Yalapa, they typically refer to their experience as a trip to Puerto Vallarta. This underscores the city's role as the anchor brand, recognized and trusted internationally. Although the last coordinated promotional campaign between the two destinations took place in 2023, Puerto Vallarta continues to work actively with hotel associations, service providers, and tourism operators to attract visitors and generate economic benefits that ripple across the region. The city is also advancing connectivity efforts in collaboration with the Pacific Airport Group and investing in infrastructure that supports the growing metropolitan area. Despite political decisions, the community remains united. Families in the region often span both states, Jalisco and Nayarit, reflecting a shared identity and common goal to build a stronger, more prosperous Mexico. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thanks, Joe. Now we've got a story that's been breaking over the last couple days. And of course, it's about the banking, and I'm sure you've heard about it. So Mexican authorities have taken temporary control of 3 financial institutions, including Intercam Banco here in Puerto Vallarta, following sanctions imposed by the United States. The U.S. Treasury accuses Intercam Bank, NCI Banco, and Vector Casa de Bolsa of involvement in money laundering activities. In response, Mexico's banking regulator replaced the leadership of these institutions to protect customers and maintain stability. However, some customers reported delays and limited access to teller services at branches, including Intercam Bank. The Mexican government disputes the U.S. claims, stating there is no solid evidence and requesting more proof. President Claudia Sheinbaum has defended Mexico's financial system and is closely monitoring the situation. For expats relying on Intercam Bank and others, local services may be disrupted, and some international transfers involving U.S. banks could face restrictions. It is advisable to check with your bank about possible impacts on sending or receiving money across borders. We're, of course, going to keep following this important story and bring you updates as they develop. Now, next up, Puerto Vallarta's airport is entering a new chapter with a leadership change and plans for significant growth on the horizon. And here's Maria with all the details.
The Pacific Airport Group, or GAP, has officially announced a leadership change at the Gustavo Díaz Ordaz International Airport in Puerto Vallarta. Omar Hildardo Torres Grajeda has been appointed as the new administrator, bringing with him over 25 years of experience in the airport sector, including 19 years with GAP. His previous roles have included key positions in airports across Mexico, such as Aguascalientes, Mexicali, La Paz, Los Mochis, and most recently, Hermosillo. His academic background includes a degree in business administration, a postgraduate diploma in public administration, and a master's degree in aeronautical and airport management. This appointment is part of GAP's long-term strategic planning for the 2025-2029 period, focused on infrastructure growth and operational excellence. One of the key projects under this plan is the new terminal building, or NET, which will add 74,000 square meters of infrastructure, representing a 134% increase in space compared to the current terminal. The expansion includes 15 new aircraft positions and a 55% increase in operational handling space, along with improved internal roadways to connect the new terminal efficiently with existing facilities. The projected investment for this next phase is 3.66 billion pesos, which, when combined with the previous 5-year plan, totals 9.2 billion pesos, positioning Puerto Vallarta's airport as a key player in Mexico's tourism sector. GAP also expressed its appreciation for Cristian Jose Amador Lizardi, who led the airport for the past 5 years, focusing on operational quality and sustainable development. He will continue his professional journey within the organization. With new leadership and massive investment underway, Puerto Vallarta's airport is preparing to meet the demands of the future while maintaining its role as a vital tourism gateway. With information from Adolfo Torres, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Thanks, Maria, and congratulations to Omar Hildardo Torres Grajeda. And well, now Puerto Vallarta recently took center stage in shaping the future of tourism in Jalisco. Industry leaders gathered to discuss how the city can grow and evolve while staying true to its unique character. Here are the details. Check them out.
Puerto Vallarta recently became the epicenter of forward-thinking tourism planning as it hosted the Jalisco 2030 Tourism Consultation Forums at the city's convention center. Organized by the Jalisco State Tourism Secretariat, Sectorjal, the event brought together top industry leaders to shape a vision of innovative, inclusive, and sustainable tourism for the state. Moderated by Jalisco's Secretary of Tourism, Michelle Friedman, the forum featured national and international voices, including Carrie Wilder from Expedia Group, Claudia Herrera from Despegar, Enrique Calderon from Grupo Posadas, Felipe Pires from Beautiful Destinations, and Eduardo Valdez from Airbnb. Under the theme, From All-Inclusive to All-Included, the forum emphasized the need for Puerto Vallarta to evolve while preserving its cultural essence. Panelists agreed Vallarta must modernize its infrastructure and diversify its offerings beyond sun and sand, from medical and adventure tourism to cultural, fashion, sports, and film tourism. They also stressed the urgent need to improve basic services and enhance workforce training, ensuring that the destination delivers a seamless, high-quality experience without losing its traditional warmth and hospitality. The discussions highlighted that Vallarta still depends heavily on tourists from Mexico City. To remain competitive and sustainable, the city must expand its reach to new national and international markets, appealing to travelers who seek authentic, meaningful, and responsible experiences. Quote, Puerto Vallarta has so much to offer, from wellness to adventure, end quote, said one panelist. Quote, "The challenge is to keep loyal visitors coming back while attracting new ones, all without losing our identity." End quote. This forum is part of the Jalisco Tourism Development Plan 2030, a collaborative strategy that includes the voices of experts, service providers, government officials, and the local community. With its natural beauty, cultural richness, and human capital, Puerto Vallarta is positioning itself as a destination that honors its roots while confidently stepping into the future. With information from Fernanda Bojorquez, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
All right. And now a word from our sponsor, Cerámicas Exclusivas. Looking to give your home a fresh, new vibe? Well, take advantage of the summer to renovate your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas. Discover everything you need to transform your spaces with style and elegance at prices you will love. From stunning flooring and modern bathrooms to those unique details that truly make a difference. Visit their showroom at Calle Federación 390 in Ixtapa, Puerto Vallarta, and explore a wide variety to fit everything, taste, and budget. This summer, refresh your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas, where quality meets design. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook to see their latest collections and get inspired. Cerámicas Exclusivas, because your home deserves the best. Now, here's Brent with our next story tonight.
Thank you, Jesse. So here's another one of our top stories tonight from our headlines. Last week, a 1-meter crocodile caught pedestrians off guard on Puerto Vallarta's main access road. The reptile was just calmly making its way down the sidewalk, right across the Marina Golf, right out in front of my condo. And some people stopped to snap photos, but others did the smart thing and they called the authorities. The Municipal Green Patrol showed up fast and safely captured the croc just a few meters from its home in the El Saldo estuary. Experts say this is not a one-off. Recent heavy rains have raised water levels in the rivers and canals, pushing the crocs into town. Many get lost, they run into danger from traffic or curious locals. Officials warn, do not approach these animals if you need to know that. And if you spot one, call 911 and let the pros handle it. It's safer for everyone. The incident reminds us that Puerto Vallarta is not just a tourist hotspot, it's also a living and breathing ecosystem. And those crocodiles, yes, they are closer than you may think. All right, thank you so much to our own Hugo Lin for that story about our gator friend.
Be careful out there. The crocodiles might get you.
They might, and they're just right across from our studio. If it rains too much and we go out there, you could just be snapping at our front door.
Yes, be careful. And with that, we have to go on a quick break. We have a fantastic interview coming up, so stay with us. It does have a lot to do with the medical tourism Miss Friedman was talking about, so stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Voices of Vallarta, which is obviously our interview segment. And I'm so happy to be joined here by Charles Haywood, who is talking all about his upcoming health and wellness fair, holistic health and wellness fair, which is going to be at Casa Karma, and it's coming up on the 5th, correct?
Yes, it'll be Saturday, July 5th, starting from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and everyone is welcome.
I love it. So first of all, our viewers would love to know, what's everybody welcome to? So at a high level, what's the fair all about?
It is a holistic health and wellness fair, and of course, holistic means total body. So a variety of different practitioners and wellness practitioners will be there from A to Z, from acupuncture to chiropractic represented, energy healing, Reiki, energy, reflexology, of course, massage. There'll be someone there selling supplements. It'll be a wonderful day, wonderful event.
Wow, you've got me interested already because I'm thinking of all the things that are kind of a little achy on me from the gym and stuff. I might have to come check this out. You've got me very interested. So what inspired you to put all this together and get involved?
Well, we were fortunate to have a venue called Casa Karma. So in support of Georgia and what she does for the community, we wanted to host an opportunity for the wellness practitioners to come together and present themselves to the public and let people know that they're here.
That's great. That's great. So we talked a little bit offset, and you were saying there's a nice incentive for RSVP earlier. I would love to hear more about that. And then also for any of our viewers who may be like, I want to get involved. I'm in holistic medicine and healing, and I want to be involved. So it's kind of a two-part question. Tell me about the RSVPs and tell what people need to do to get involved.
Well, for anyone that wants to attend, and it is free to everyone, for the first 60 people that RSVP, they're getting a free raffle ticket. If they bring a friend, they get a second free raffle ticket. So come on and call call the number 322-172-4520 to RSVP for the Casa Karma Health Fair.
Perfect. And so you can RSVP to attend it
Yes.
and enjoy it. Now, what if you want to have, I don't know if a booth is the right word, or you want to be there and you want to actually share your skill set with other people? How would you get involved with that?
Yes, if you want to be a vendor, we still have vendor spaces available. You simply would contact Sunny Loves PV
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Okay, so Sunny Loves PV, I love that email address, at gmail.com. So,
And she's part of the team. Sunny Rossi, it will be doing holistic facials and skincare,
Okay.
Organic, and she's part of the wellness team that's putting this on. It's not just me.
Absolutely.
So it's Sunny, it's Empress, it's Spencer's Business Strategies, who's doing the marketing over the internet and Facebook pages. This is happening.
wonderful. And Sunny was just here sitting right where you are not that long ago, talking about Vallarta Garden Club. She's a good friend of mine and contributor to CPS News as well. So let's talk about you. I mean, now you're organizing this and helping organize and helping to put it together, but you told me you're a reflexology specialist with the word master in there somewhere. But tell me a little bit more about what you specifically do and what a viewer could expect if they came to you for a session.
Well, this is my 25th year in practice.
Wow.
I am a certified reflexology therapist and holistic coach and also a Qigong instructor. So what I do, I relieve stress and pain with my touch. And I've been doing it out of Los Angeles for more than 24 years. And it is a healing modality. And it covers a variety of different things, very stress relieving. It improves one's energy, one's circulation, improves sleep. There's so many benefits to it. And if you've never experienced it, I invite you to come and experience it.
I'm like leaning towards you right now. I'm like, man, I got lots of pain and stress. I might have to definitely come see you. Not might, I definitely should. And I'll definitely want to take it just a second. Like when you mentioned it's at Casa Karma, I love that because Georgia, I'm a big fan of hers as this community is. And I believe that, doing more things at Casa Karma is also huge and great for Georgia because like I said, she does give a lot to this community. Yes. So I love that you're supporting her and part of that as well. Anything else you want to tell anybody about the fair? Like anything else what to expect or what to see or what to look out for?
Well, there will be a variety of different wellness practitioners there. I say from A to Z. So as I said, acupuncture, chiropractic, massage therapist, reflexologist. There will be someone doing facial and skincare. Zen Spa will be there as well represented. Magnetic healing methods will be there. A variety of different wellness modalities will be presented there. Okay. And attendees have a chance to sample and experience those things there that day.
Okay, well, we've put a little bit of information on the screen for you guys to make sure you can find it. We'll make sure all that information is posted for you because I think this is going to be an amazing event. I can't wait to come check it out. And sadly, we're almost out of time. So with that, I want to thank you so much for coming on set with me today.
You're very welcome, Brad.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing you out there and seeing many years of this fair. So with that, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, for Voice of Vallarta. And if you want to be sitting right here where he is today, just contact us anytime. Let us know what you would like to talk about, and we'll be more than happy to have you on Voices of Vallarta and talk about what's happening. But with that, we need to move on. So Joe actually has our next story tonight.
According to the latest National Urban Public Safety Survey, NSU, by INEGI, Puerto Vallarta continues to rank as one of the safest cities in Mexico, placing 4th nationwide for the lowest perception of insecurity out of 91 cities surveyed. However, while crime isn't the main concern, residents are frustrated by everyday nuisances. The top complaints? Pothole-ridden streets, cited by over 78%, followed closely by poor public transportation at 73%. The survey also revealed growing concerns about alcohol and drug use in public spaces, which many locals believe contribute to a sense of insecurity. In fact, 68% reported seeing public alcohol consumption, and over half observed drug use in their neighborhoods. Despite this, confidence in law enforcement remains high, especially for the Navy and Army, with over 90% approval, while the municipal police earned nearly 65% trust. Still, some residents are adjusting their habits. Nearly 1 in 5 avoid carrying valuables, and 12% no longer allow their children to play outside. With these findings, local leaders are being called to focus not just on safety, but also on urban quality of life, starting with the streets beneath our feet. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thanks for that story. So Puerto Vallarta continues to rank high in safety, but the survey does highlight challenges that affect residents' daily lives. From infrastructure to public behavior, these concerns show the complex picture behind the city's security ratings. The focus now turns to how these issues will be addressed moving forward, and we'll be sure to keep our eye on this and share more information with you in our future newscasts. Now here's Maria with our next story tonight, and it's a bit disturbing, a little warning there.
Bahía de Banderas has become the deadliest municipality in Nayarit this May, recording 4 homicides, averaging 1 per week, according to data from Semáforo Delictivo. This grim figure follows 5 murders in April, signaling a worrying upward trend. Out of 15 total homicides in the state last month, Bahía and El Nayar each reported 4, tying for the highest number. Even more concerning, 2025 is shaping up to be the most violent year on record for Bahía de Banderas. From January to May, 17 killings occurred in the area, making up 26% of all homicides in Nayarit. The murder rate has surged by 325% compared to 2024, prompting Semáforo Delictivo to classify the municipality as a red alert zone. The figures are based on official investigations by Nayarit's state prosecutors. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Wow, this is really scary. Be careful out there, and hopefully this is just a temporary spike in crime. Now we have another word from our sponsor, and this time is Katrina Cantina.
Okay, good times at Katrina Cantina. La Katrina Cantina, there you go, to say it right. Okay, hopefully this next story will help counteract a few of those stories we had earlier, but security forces are stepping up their presence in Bahía de Banderas as part of a new crackdown on crime. The increased patrols aim to bring stability to areas affected by the recent criminal activity. And here's Rodrigo with the details you're going to want to know.
Marines hit the streets crackdown on crime in Bahía de Banderas. In response to a growing wave of crime, the Mexican Navy, La Marina, has launched a coordinated crackdown in Bahía de Banderas, working alongside state tourism police and local tactic units. Patrols have intensified in high-risk neighborhoods like El Porvenir and San José del Valle. Operations have extended to coastal towns such as Bucerías, where authorities are conducting foot patrols and stopping suspicious individuals in key areas. The effort, known as Operativo Volanta, aims to prevent crimes like auto theft and burglaries. Officials say this is part of a broader strategy to stabilize security in zones bordering Puerto Vallarta, a region often targeted by organized criminal groups. The message is clear: the streets are being taken back, block by block. With information from Israel Torres, Rodrigo López Becerril, CPS News.
Authorities say this is just the beginning of a sustained effort to improve safety in the region, with ongoing operations focused on protecting residents and visitors alike. Continuing with this safety trend, here's Joe with the details regarding Puerto Vallarta and its safety numbers.
Puerto Vallarta remains one of Mexico's safest cities, but visible challenges persist on its streets. According to the latest National Urban Public Safety Survey from INEGI, Puerto Vallarta ranks 4th nationwide for the lowest perception of insecurity, standing out among 91 cities surveyed. INEGI's Jalisco coordinator, Nicholas Molina Lopez, revealed that the city's top concern isn't crime, but potholes, with 78.2% of respondents identifying poor road conditions as the main issue. Close behind, 73% cited the city's inadequate public transportation system. Alcohol consumption in the streets is the most frequently reported antisocial behavior near homes, with 67.7% of respondents noting it, followed by drug use and sales at 52.2%. Despite these issues, trust in local authorities remains relatively high. 93% of respondents approve of the Navy's performance. Over 91% trust the Army, and the municipal police hold a 64% confidence level. Puerto Vallarta has held its 4th place position since the previous quarter, reflecting a mix of public confidence in safety and strong demands for improved infrastructure and services. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thanks, Joe, for that positive update. Now, once again, the open-air amphitheater at Los Arcos del Malecón is dealing with stagnant water, something that seems to happen every rainy season. Locals and tourists are growing tired of the issue, which not only looks bad in one of Vallarta's most iconic spots, but could also lead to health problems. The puddles that stick around for days are a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes, raising concerns about illnesses like dengue. People passing through the area have pointed out how unpleasant it is and are wondering why nothing's been done to fix it after all these years. The main problem? Well, poor drainage. After it rains, the water just sits there on the concrete without draining properly. Now, residents are asking the city to step up, whether it's clearing the drains or improving the whole system before the problem gets worse. At the very least, they say it's time to take better care of such an important and highly visited part of town. Thank you so much, MGG, for this information.
Okay, so clearly the city folks that are managing down there are not watching our news, because we talk about dengue almost every week this time of season, and those puddles of water out there are not good. Those are breeding grounds.
Yes, they are. Please fix that, Mr. Munguia.
Mr. Munguia, we like you, so you help us out on the dengue thing. All right, with that, we got to go to a quick commercial for Barbara's on set, telling you some really great stuff about real estate this week that you are going to want to know, and it involves capital gains and your money. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, and of course you are still with CPS News, the news that speaks your language, and now it is time for one of my favorite segments. It is time for Barbara LaPointe, and she's going to be telling you some very interesting things you want to know about real estate today, one of which is very near to my heart and very confusing for many of you, which is capital gains, but I know there's even more than that. But welcome to the set, Barbara. How are you?
Hi, Barbara.
Hello, Jesse. I'm so pleased to be here, and this is going to be an important, smart little segment.
Okay,
Well,
I like
tell us all
smart little
about
segments.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's see what you got.
Excited to share. Although we are now in the official low season, did you know that this is actually the perfect time to prepare your home for sale? Let's explore why this strategy can work to your advantage. First of all, it's important to enter the market positioned correctly to sell fast and successfully during this coming high season. And as a listing specialist, one of the first things I always do is speak to my clients about capital gains. You will want to take the right steps to be eligible for the capital gains exemption in Mexico. If you're selling a property in Mexico, here is some important information about capital gains on Mexico real estate for non-nationals. And do keep in mind that things change daily here in Mexico, and this list may not always have everything that each notario will ask for. For non-nationals, capital gains tax on residential property is 25% on the gross sales value of the transaction without any deductions, or it's about 35% on the value of the gain. That means purchase costs less allowable exemptions and deductions. It's important to know that you can take advantage of the one-time tax allowance exemption. And here's what you need to know. A one-time tax allowance exemption is available for you under Article 92 of Mexican income tax law. It reduces the tax liability for many family homes, although you and the property must meet certain criteria to qualify for the exemption. Here's what you need to know. You must be a legal resident in Mexico with a Mexican tax ID known as the RFC or Registro Federal de Contribuyentes. And the property you're selling must be your primary residence. Now, you can only claim this exemption once every 3 years. The flat rate exemption is the peso equivalent of 700,000 IUDs, and the value of IUDs fluctuates, and you can get the current IUD exchange rate on the Bank of Mexico website. To help you and for complete peace of mind, I have put together a handy, complete list of documents required for your capital gains on Mexico real estate for non-nationals. It's free and it gives you the perfect start. Lastly, please remember your tax exemption and allowance is not automatic. You must qualify and you must prove this qualification. Talk to me, your realtor, your notary public, or your closing coordinator about how to arrange this and what you need to do to present the necessary records for proof. Lastly, I recommend obtaining a capital gains assessment with your realtor or tax lawyer at the time of or just before listing your property for sale. Taking these critical steps gives you a guideline as to what to expect so you can make an educated decision on what is best for you as the seller. Now, moving on from taxes and back to the dream, I wonder if Naya in Punta de Mira Nuevo Nayarit could be your next destination. Naya is a habitat filled with high design spaces and natural luxury, all tailored to help you live sensually. It's a conscious and nature lover's paradise. Naya is a fascinating natural environment that means harmony with nature. So think richness of the jungle, warmth of the beach, and the deepness of the sea. Naya is the property feature of this week. So this new residence coming to market is 4,600 square feet of contemporary living, literally steps from the most beautiful beach in all of the bay. And I love this particular oceanfront condominium because it's a tranquil escape from the busy city life of Puerto Vallarta. This luxurious home featured today boasts 3 bedrooms and nanny room, 5.5 bathrooms in an exclusive and private community. Plus, chef's kitchen, private pool, barbecue area, and parking for 2 vehicles. Naya has superior amenities like a private beach club, multiple pools, a spa, gym, game room, and 2 paddle tennis courts, all within a lush tropical landscape and a secure setting of just 60 homes, 30 kilometers from the Puerto Vallarta airport. So come visit. You can surf, snorkel, whale watch, or simply unwind. I'd love to give you a private tour. Paradise lovers, I hope you're inspired to explore Naya in Punta de Mira. Until next time, remember I'm Barbara Lapointe with Puerto Vallarta Sotheby's International Realty, and I invite you to join me because together we will discover the most beautiful destinations and properties for sale in the Bay based on your ideal lifestyle.
Wow, Barbara. So Naya sounds incredible. I would love to come check it out. But I also think that was some great information. I love the idea about getting an assessment or an idea or an estimate of your capital gains. I've personally done that, and because I hate surprises.
Oh, yes. Well, know it up front and face it up front, and then no surprises.
There we go.
You're
And
prepared.
How can people contact you to get this done?
I'm always in the Sotheby's office in the Marina Vallarta, and I'm never too busy for a question. I dive even deeper into these concepts on my YouTube channel, Paradise Living. So please don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks, Jessie, so much, and Brent, for allowing me to be here. It's been super fun.
Thank you, Barb. And of course, all the information, you can find it right there on the screen, you guys. And right now, we got to move on. Let's go to the next story with Maria.
The Vallarta Botanical Garden is proud to announce Tessa Lee as its new executive director. Tessa, a sustainability expert with over 14 years of experience in Latin America and the U.S., will begin her leadership role in the coming months. Tessa joins the garden at a pivotal time, celebrating its 20th anniversary and looking ahead to expanding its impact in conservation, education, and community engagement. Previously, she worked at Expedia Group as a senior global manager of climate and sustainability, where she launched their first climate action plan and developed programs promoting sustainable travel. Born in North Carolina and fluent in Spanish, Tessa brings a strong commitment to environmental preservation and local impact. She said, "The Vallarta Botanical Garden is at the intersection of science, conservation, education, and hospitality, and it's an honor to lead such an inspiring institution." The garden has grown from a small 4-hectare site in 2005 to protecting over 135 hectares today, safeguarding hundreds of native plant and animal species, including endangered ones like the Magnolia vallartensis, the official flower of Puerto Vallarta. With Tessa's leadership, the garden aims to grow its educational programs, increase community participation, and amplify its role as a model for sustainable tourism in the region. With information from Jesse Ruiz, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
That is great news. And of course, we love the Botanical Gardens. I've been a member for 2 years now, and I always love to spend the day out there with Laura while she photographs birds and photographs more birds. And all right, now let's shift to health. And so, of course, if we're going to shift to health, it must be our sponsor. And of course, it's Hospital Hoya. Are you worried about your health and well-being? Well, now is the time to take action. Hospital Hoya offers a full range of quality medical services, including comprehensive checkups, lab imaging results, specialist consultations, and 24-hour emergency care, an intensive care unit, and pediatric services, and much, much more. To learn more or to book an appointment, just call 322-226-1010 or 322-226-8181. Follow Hospital Hoya on social media for the latest offers and their updates. Your health and your family's health matters the most, and Hospital Hoya is committed to you.
Thanks, Brent. And now it's time for the sports section with David, the sports guy. What's up, David? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Good.
We're good. I mean, it's not the most sports going on right now, but you know, if it's out there and it's happening, it's important. You got it.
It's a little quiet right now for the summer, but that's okay. I like the local sports, and that's where it all starts, right? So
that's right.
All right, we'll get into it and roll. Okay. All right, hey sports fans, I'm David with the weekly sports update, and I will bring you the local action from the field and beyond. We have you covered with all the highlights. So let's kick things off with some big football news from the Copa Jalisco 2025. The Puerto Vallarta men's football squad is pushing hard in the Copa Jalisco 2025, delivering a strong group stage performance with 4 wins and just 1 loss so far. That gives them 12 points and a great shot qualifying for the next round. But with 2 matches left, it's crunch time, especially as the team aims to break a 2-year streak of missing the quarterfinals. This year, the team looks tight. It has a strong offensive game, solid discipline, and fans hungry for results. All eyes are on Vallarta as they are going further than they ever have in the Jalisco tournament. All right, now let's give some cheers to that 12-year-old fencing phenom I mentioned a few weeks ago, making Vallarta proud on a national stage. Yari Lopez Cueto Vélez, remember that name. This young fencer just took silver in the National Olympics in Mérida, representing Team Jalisco. She entered the finals ranked 8th and came out with 2nd place in her category. That takes grit, skill, and a whole lot of determination. Iari earned her spot through intense national qualifiers in Querétaro and Tijuana, and her performance shows she's on the fast track to being one of Mexico's next big names in fencing. Her journey is just beginning, and what a way to start. Vallarta's got a future champion in the making. All right, moving over to the tartan track. And now, an alert for runners, athletes, and fitness warriors out there. The tartan track at Unidad Deportiva Alfonso Diaz Santos in La Bobadilla is in serious disrepair. Users have reported severe wear and tear and lack of maintenance for months, and it's becoming unsafe for daily runners and athletes. To make things worse, rainy season has brought flooding and waterlogging to parts of the track, making it even harder to use. That's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. This is one of the most used and accessible tracks in Vallarta, and locals are calling on the municipal government and Camude, whose offices are right there on site, to take action fast before someone gets hurt. It's always time to prioritize preventive care for our sports infrastructure, because our athletes, both amateur and pro, deserve a safe place to train and have fun. And that's a wrap for today's local sports beat. From the promising football push in Copa Jalisco to the sharp rise of Iari Lopez and the much-needed spotlight on our community track, Puerto Vallarta is bursting with athletic energy and potential. I'm David, the sports guy. We're celebrating the wins, supporting the future stars, and speaking up when it's time to protect the spaces that keep us all sporty. See you next time with more action and more Vallarta pride, right here where sports come to life. Jesse and Brent, back to you.
Thank you so much. And yes, I hope they fix this. This is the place where I go running every so often.
Every day.
You run? When did this happen?
Every day, twice on Sundays, I thought, right? Is that, yeah, same
And
as me.
It feels like, I mean, the place has a great energy. There is a lot of local athletes that train there, but it does need a little bit of love still.
Yes.
I love it. Well, I hope they fix it up so you can get out there
Yes,
on the
please.
track and hit it.
That's right.
All right. So with that, I think we're moving on to you. You got something to talk about that has to do with a pirate ship?
Yes, I do. A quick word from our sponsor, Mari Galante. Ahoy, Vallarta adventurers. The legendary pirate ship Mari Galante is back with the fully revamped immersive pirate show packed with acrobatics, music, special effects, and epic water activities. And now is the time to climb aboard. Enjoy 50% off the regular experience or 45% off our VIP premium menu featuring beef medallion with lobster, filet mignon with shrimp, and tasty vegetarian or vegan delights. Plus, you can sip like a true pirate open bar, including Grey Goose, Don Julio, Jack Daniels, and many more brands. Meet their new mascot, Josefino, and snap some selfies and live the pirate's fantasy of a lifetime. Book now at privateshipvallarta.com before this treasure sails away. Ahoy!
Fun stuff, the pirate ship. So we're almost at the events section, and you know what I'm focused on right now.
What are you focused on?
I'm focused on my next big event. You know about it.
That's
It's the
true.
3rd annual Brent's Birthday Bash for
gonna be fun.
charity.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be in July, so coming up.
I know, we're going to talk more about it, but first, we've got to go to a quick commercial, but stick around. We're going to have events coming up and a few other interesting stories, so don't go anywhere. Stick with us at CPS News, the news that speaks your language.
We are back, CPS News in English. Thanks for sticking around. We have the events coming up, but before that, Brent, I want to know what day is today and what are we celebrating?
Oh gosh, well we got some interesting stuff. Are you ready for it? Here we
I'm
go.
ready.
So first off, we're going to go all the way back to 1859.
Oh,
remember
what
it
happened
well.
then?
Yeah, there might have been a plague or something, I don't know. But for our British people out there, you know who you are. Big Ben rang for the very first time in 1859 in London.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go.
There you go, no comment.
Interesting.
Okay, let's jump to 1953. On this day, the Walt Disney classic Peter Pan premiered, prompting me and other kids to try to fly. And true story, I saw it. It came out obviously in reruns, and I watched it, and I really thought I could fly. So I just felt that if I was confident enough and I really believed I could fly, I could. So I went to the top of my couch, I jumped off, and proceeded to give myself like 10 stitches on the top of my eye as I crashed into the coffee table.
So you were not able to fly.
The power of positive thinking was not enough to... No, I wasn't able to fly. Spoiler alert, I never flew. Lastly, in 1971, the microprocessor was born. Thank you, Intel, who released the 4004 chip, and now everybody can't put their phones down. So thanks a lot, Intel.
Well, there's that. Thank you so much, Intel. And interesting dates that you had. I also want to know to let you know that today is International Asteroid Day.
International Asteroid Day. That's an interesting one.
Yes.
Hopefully we don't meet an asteroid on International Asteroid Day.
Hopefully
that would be
not.
sad.
And that's pretty much all I get.
That's
so
it.
why don't we go and check out what's happening,
Yes.
in the hood in the next couple of days.
Monday night group mediation. Yes, it's open to all. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. at Casa del Jardín, Argentina 264 in Cinco de Diciembre for a peaceful evening of group meditation. Enjoy mantra chanting, guided and silent meditation, and share reflections. No reservation needed. Just come as you are. Voluntary donations go towards social service and your day in harmony and positive energy. More info at 554-497-0121. Free Survivor Spanish class this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to noon at the Annex Studio and Gallery PV. Learn essential Spanish skills with accredited instructor Professor Paul. Drop-ins are welcome, no registration needed. Perfect for travelers, expats, or anyone looking to improve their language skills. See you there. Experience wellness from A to Z at the Casa Karma Holistic Health and Wellness Fair. Join us Saturday, July 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Conchas Chinas, Puerto Vallarta. Discover massage, acupuncture, energy healing, card readings, reflexology, organic facials, and much more. With over 20 amazing practitioners, the first 60 RSVPs get a free raffle ticket for exclusive discounts. Cash only, bring pesos, and RSVP now at 322-172-4520. You can also visit casakarmapv.com. Get ready, Vallarta. It's B3 Part 3. That's Brent's birthday bash, back for a third round and bigger than ever. Join the party on Saturday, July 12th at 6:30 p.m. at Gastronomy Q, Vallarta Garden Club, as this year's featured charity. Enjoy signature cocktails, focaccia pizzas, and free bites, all with a portion of sales going to support our community. Let's party with purpose, Gen Expat style. RSVP now in the events section of the Facebook group Gen Expats PV and be part of the biggest birthday bash of the year for a great cause. Calling all dance companies, artists, and collectives. Cultura Jalisco invites you to apply for the 2025 International Dance Festival, taking place October 18 to November 1st. Submit your dance proposal from contemporary to performative styles and be part of this powerful platform. Go to the Cultura Jalisco Facebook page for detailed info. Do you know someone truly outstanding? Nominate them for the Jalisco Award 2025. It honors individuals with extraordinary contributions in culture, science, environment, labor, sports, or civic impact. Celebrate excellence. Help shine a light on remarkable Jaliscienses making a difference. Ready for some fast-paced fun? Join us this Thursday at Katrina Cantina at 7 o'clock for game night on the patio. We're playing left, center, right. The dice game where laughs are loud. The action is quick, and yes, you can win real money. Bring your game face and plenty of 20 peso bills. No cover, just good times with great people. Don't miss the fun this Thursday. It's game night like you've never played before. Then at 8 p.m., stay for the sensational Luis Villanueva, one of Vallarta's finest voices, as he brings the house down with his soulful sound and charismatic charm. It's the perfect Thursday night, only at Katrina Cantina. All right, that's a wrap for this week. Stick around for more news.
Well, great events, a little bit of everything this summer. And guys, this event section was brought to you by our sponsor, Don Coco in Marina Vallarta. Let's check them out.
Don Coco Restaurant Bar, freshness isn't just a detail, it's the heart of everything we do. Every dish is made to order. Vibrant ceviches, perfectly spicy aguachiles, and micheladas so cold they feel like a hug from the sea. Located right in front of Marina Vallarta's most beautiful pier, Don Coco has it all. Breathtaking ocean views, feel-good vibes, bold flavors, and an atmosphere that hooks you from the very first sip. And if you're lucky, you might just bump into the legendary Don Coco himself. Our 2-for-1 Margarita Happy Hour, and be sure to try the cocktails that are becoming the talk of Vallarta. Find us in Proa, Local 18, corner of Yates in Marina del Rey. Call or WhatsApp to order ahead, 322-688-1887. Don Coco, where bold flavor begins and the good vibes of Vallarta come alive.
Good times at Don Coco, and I think I might have spotted Jesse in that hat. But all right, moving on to our next story. Watch out. Because beachgoers in Jalisco and Nayarit are being warned to be careful after a rise in sightings of Portuguese man-o'-war, which is known locally as agua mala. This creature is often mistaken for a jellyfish, but is actually a colony of specialized polyps. Interesting. While it looks beautiful, contact with its long, almost invisible tentacles can cause serious pain, swelling, nausea, and other symptoms. Experts say most stings are not life-threatening, but knowing how to react is very important. If stung, remove any tentacles carefully with gloves or a tool. Do not rub the area or use towels, fresh water, vinegar, or home remedies like alcohol or mud, as these can make things worse. Clean the area only with salt water or saline, avoid the sun, and get medical help if symptoms continue. Authorities remind everyone to respect the beach warning flags and never touch these creatures, even if they wash ashore, because their stingers stay active for hours. Stay alert, follow the warnings, and keep your time at the beach safe and trouble-free. And thank you again to Adolfo Torres for that story.
Well, thanks for the warning, and we'll be on the lookout. Next up, let's get nerdy for fun and some competition. The robots were here, and they are pretty cool. So here are the details.
Puerto Vallarta hosts first ever regional robotics tournament at Campo Verde School. For the first time ever, Puerto Vallarta hosted the regional WRO World Robot Olympiad tournament organized by Colegio Campo Verde. The international event brought together over 50 teams from across Mexico, including Veracruz, Mexico City, and Tepic, to compete in a showcase of innovation and programming skills. Held at Campo Verde's Vallarta campus, the competition featured categories for elementary, middle, and high school students, and even introduced a preschool division, where the youngest participants tackle age-appropriate programming challenges. Campo Verde students impressed with their hands-on application of robotics, reflecting the school's strong focus on technology, entrepreneurship, and critical thinking from an early age. School director Christian Menendez emphasized the value of real-world competitions to demonstrate what students are learning in the classroom. Winner of this regional round now advanced to the national stage with a chance to represent Mexico at the WRO World Championship in Singapore. Organizers say Puerto Vallarta shows strong potential to host more high-level robotics events in the future. With information from Fernanda Bojorquez, Rodrigo López de Cerril, CPS News.
Thanks, Rodrigo. That looks like they had a lot of fun. And, I heard you know how to do the robot dance.
I'm a huge fan, Jesse, of the robot.
That's
Thank
great.
you for that setup. I appreciate it.
And with that, we have to say goodbye. I hope you enjoy the newscast this week, and hopefully you tune in next week.
Absolutely. Have a great one, everybody. See you soon.